Hello everyone, I'm That1Guy Art and welcome to today's artistic review video. Today we are going to be artistically reviewing school supplies and Copics, because one of them is very expensive, the other is very cheap. Anyway, today we are going to be artistically reviewing and comparing school supplies and Copics, or in this title of the video, it's going to be Copics and then school supplies, because then Copics helps the YouTube algorithm. You know what else helps the YouTube algorithm? Leaving a like, a comment, sharing, or subscribing. All those work. As I am recording this, we are at 198 subscribers, which is, if my math is correct, a whole 2 subscribers, 2 people clicking that red button away from the 200 milestone. To 200 to get numbers, arithmetic, yes. So if you guys could hit that subscribe button, leave a like or comment just to push this video further into YouTube, that would mean like so much to me. It'd be pretty epic. Anyway, these two art supplies, school supplies and art supplies and supply. So first of all, comparing these two art supplies, we have Copics, which costs about, well, this I only have a little bit because I only took a little bit, but these Copics, the Copic pack that I have, the whole entire set, is about $200, I believe. About 40 pens, about 40 markers. Each I bought for about $5, so $200 worth. Or if you want to, make the title more spicy, it's 8 times 40s, which is like 320 dollars. But that's retail price. Wait, $300 would be sound much better than $200. $300 it is. These Copic markers are really good. The ink quality is amazing. The amount of ink they have is amazing. You can refill them. It would cost more money, of course, because that's how the world works. They have a wide selection of colors. They're pretty good markers, except they are one of the most expensive alcoholic marker brands out there. I'm pretty sure they are the most expensive marker brand. And on to school supplies, to be honest, I only use like 2 types of school supplies. A pencil, or not 2, like 4, but you can count pencil and eraser as art supplies, it doesn't matter. But 2 school supplies that I often use are Sharpies and Crayola Twistables. As I mentioned in the last artistic review video, we have Crayola Twistables. I just dropped my entire supply set on my lap. I will do a demonstration on how they work. Anyway, so that's how those work. Well, you know the prices and you know how they work. Oh, right, I didn't talk about how good they are. Crayola Twistables are also erasable, which in some cases there are. My teacher back in the other video, he was able to erase them very easily. I wasn't ever able to erase them easily, but they are erasable. The thing is, with them being erasable, they still have the disadvantage of being like color pencils, where if you sketch too hard or something like that, if you sketch too hard, it like indents the paper by like 1 millimeter or something, and you can't fill in the area without intentionally putting in that part. It sucks. Sharpies, on the other hand, they're pretty good. They have good coverage, except they smell weird for some people. I don't smell it. I don't think I'm gonna be using Sharpies too much in this video because the Crayola Twistables do cover a lot of stuff, and I don't have that many Sharpies. Like, people have a whole set and they have each and every color. I don't know where my colors are. From here, you can't actually see the subscriber count. If I move this a little bit, no, you're not gonna be able to see it. It has 762 views. I don't know why, because this was like an old video about like 6 months, 7 months. Yeah, it's an old video, except it just started blowing up, so it's almost at 1,000 views. It's probably gonna get 1,000 by the end of like March or something. I hope so. But in celebration of it hitting 750, we're going to be drawing Naruto in his older form, because progression and training arcs. Also, if you haven't already, I think I said this already in the intro like 5 or 6 times, hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot, or the like button, or share it, or comment. All 3 of those are free. All 3 of those are free, so if you could do them, it helps a lot. Also, follow my socials up here in this quadrant of the screen. It is very epic. It shows my Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, and YouTube. And it'd be very epic if you were to follow my Instagram, become a Patreon, follow my Twitter, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll see more of this guy. This mannequin boy. Let's get into the drawing. So, starting with the sketch, it was pretty difficult, to be completely honest. It was just a sketch. So, I decided to sort of redo the sketch that I did from the video that I mentioned previously, with Naruto doing the shadow clone jutsu in front of him, and I just did it in a Shippuden form to show growth, because it has been about 6 months since we did that specific video, and we've gotten like a whole 120 subscribers, and I'm just really happy for that. And this video getting like 700 views, 750 views, and getting that much attention is insane. More attention than the video I made for ADC Art Attack. If you want to see that, the link's gonna be in the card up top. But yeah, that's the sketch.
Funny how the tables turned. Didn't think I'd go this far, but here we are, the end. Now you're just a lesson learned, a slowly fading memory, so I can breathe again. Gain my trust and you chose to break it. Ask for truth, but you only fake it. Thought you said what we had was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save this, so don't try, 'cause this time you crossed the line.
Onto the inking, I did just the standard form of inking, the standard form that I always do. It took barely any time, to be completely honest. The sketch took about 45 minutes and the inking took about 20, or less than 20 minutes. I did my regular habit of doing line variations and everything that I usually do like that. Thick lines, I don't know why, I like thick lines.
You crossed the line. This time you crossed the line.
Anyway, onto the coloring. So for the coloring on the Copic side, it was pretty good. Like, the skin was perfect, I guess. It had the right color and everything. The hair, I used my regular yellows. The grays, though, were a bit of a problem. For the grays, I have a cool gray Copic and a black Copic. Or, in this case, I used my neutral gray, my dark neutral gray, and my dark cool gray. The only problem is that they were running out of ink. And I did this on purpose, because I need to make a point. When you use these very expensive things, you need to, if you want to continue using them, you're gonna have to keep buying them, if that makes any sense. You need to continue buying the very expensive things to do this quality artwork. But there are some things out there like Ohuhu markers. Anyway, the coloring wasn't good again. I had to stretch out the heck. I had to stretch out so much my colors. My colors were so incredibly run out. I was pushing so hard against the grays that it was insane. I just did so much. And then when I started doing the dark gray shadows, when I started to do the gray shadows, I realized that it was fine. Like, the dark gray was fine. No, it wasn't. It wasn't fine. After I did that one small part of shading, when I moved on to the next one, it was already being sort of spready, inky. I don't know how to say it. It wasn't a clean line. It looked sort of foggy on the edges. But that's what happens when you don't have enough ink for the thing, which really does suck, to be completely honest. But for the oranges, I used my regular orange, and then after that, I used my light neutral gray, which then I put the orange on top of the gray, which was on top of the orange to begin with, and then blended it so that would make a really good shading gradient, and it looks just like the show. After that, I did a little bit of chakra on the edges just to give it a little bit of flair and to use more Copic markers. Now onto the school supply side. As I said before, school supplies are not the best for coloring, at least. So when I did this, I was thinking of various ways that I can use the limited supplies that I had, because I don't really use supplies that much, to make the colors that I wanted and just the gradients that I needed. So for the skin, I used the regular skin tone. I have a light blue Sharpie, except Sharpies are misleading. They're sort of like the Ohuhu water-based markers. They are very misleading. For the hair, I just used a regular yellow and orange for the shading, and I tried to use the color pencils to do as much gradient as I possibly can. For the gray, I just took my regular gray Crayola Twistable and tried to do exactly what I do with the Copics. The thing is, with color pencils, when you have a heavy hand like me, and you sketch, there are some parts of the paper that get indented, even a tiny bit, so you can't pass over it with a color pencil. You have to go turn the pencil over, get the sharp bit, and then put it, and you have to put it in the small dent. So I went over it a few times with my color pencils, but the gray turned out pretty damn good. The orange, I decided to use a highlighter because I never actually used the highlighter in any of the drawings. But in this drawing, I decided I was going to do the orange with the orange highlighter, right? What could possibly go wrong? The highlighters are running out of ink. I've been using the same set of highlighters for about 2 years now, and they were running out of ink. So I had to rub it out a lot. The orange was also running out of ink. I used a regular color pencil to do the shadings of the orange. And then after that, I took one of my favorite art supplies that I've taken from a teacher, which is the light blue pen. And we have all of the art supplies. So tell me which one you think won in the comments below. Now that we're done with the drawing, let's take a look. Honestly, I say this every single time I do one of these drawings. It looks really good. On my opinion, I'm pretty sure the Copics won, because just the quality of the markers and stuff, even if you have to pay a high price, you really do get your dollar's worth. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I'm going to rate school supplies I'll rate them a 7, and I'll give Copics a 9. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to follow my socials up here. Subscribe to YouTube, follow Twitter, follow Instagram, and become a Patreon. My 2 Patreons are really epic. They are supporting me. So if you want to become a Patreon, links in the description below. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to share this video and help the YouTube algorithm for artists, please. The YouTube algorithm for artists is not good, apart from this one video, as I said before, which has 750 views. If you want to help this video get pushed into the algorithm more, that'd be pretty epic, like this one, the Naruto one. You could see Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Be safe and stay unique. See ya.